We looked at the market and we realized that the most important financial asset on the planet right now, without question, is Bitcoin. There are some fundamental beliefs and views and ideologies that we hold that set Bitcoin apart as both an investment class asset, a hedge against the threats and challenges of inflation, but also as a payment network and a method of payment. Now, the challenges of using Bitcoin in payments on an everyday basis are very high. You need extra devices, there's extra accounting capabilities you need, and there's lots and lots of different complexities that could go wrong along the way. What we set out to do with usqet was to remove all of the friction from accepting Bitcoin, to make it as easy as possible for a merchant to accept Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Bitcoin all through a single device. No one else, to our knowledge, in the world does that right now. If they do, they certainly don't do it in a self-custodial way. So the relationship between a customer and a merchant is direct. There are no third parties, no intermediaries, and a transaction is final when it's completed. We sell a few things. First of all, a card-present device. That allows any business to accept card payments for their goods and services. Second of all, we have an EPOS solution. You might be able to see that behind me. That allows hospitality merchants, restaurants, bars, cafes, whatever your business, we can provide the till management software that's fully integrated to accept, again, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Bitcoin. So that's all of your point of sale solutions for card-present merchants. Online merchants are a different category. We also support that across the UK, Europe, and we can route transactions internationally. So everything we do in-store, we can also do as an online gateway. Bitcoin is a really important asset for the world, but accepting it can be very hard. And with our solution, you can integrate as a single device for card-present solution merchants or for online in the gateway. Bitcoin is really the driving force of our business. We think that is the future of money, the future of payments, and it's the native currency for the internet. We're seeing a really large demand right now for merchants accepting Bitcoin. It sounds surprising because it's quite technical. The tools and the products and the services out there right now to do that are very limited, and that's where we come in. We can cut through all of the complexity, all of the challenge, and make it as simple as accepting a traditional Visa, MasterCard or Amex payment, but all through a single device and single infrastructure.
Why should a merchant accept payments in Bitcoin? Interestingly enough, so it's free to accept payments in Bitcoin. It is a real PR stunt that there are a lot more people who will support Bitcoin accepting businesses in the UK than maybe you think. And the cases in point we've got are that a business's revenue increases by anywhere from 2 to 4% by just integrating Bitcoin payments. They don't have to understand the technology or like the technology, but it's certainly here to stay. And another interesting fact is there are now 20 times the amount of UK businesses accepting Bitcoin as there were 16 months ago. So if you're a merchant who knows nothing about Bitcoin, one of the threatening things will be, how on earth do I accept it if I'm not very tech savvy? There's 5 or 6 different solutions right now, depending on how many staff take payments, how big your business is, how many points within the business, and reaching out to companies like us, we can come up and help you with the solution to get those payments coming in through paid in Bitcoin.
If customers are interested in accessing the Bitcoin market, but they don't know where to start, we make the process very, very simple. Accepting Bitcoin payments should be as easy as accepting regular debit and credit card payments. And today with usqet, it is. If a business is curious about accessing the Bitcoin market, then we make the process very, very simple. In fact, we've made accepting Bitcoin and accessing that $1.5 trillion asset as easy as accepting regular debit and credit cards. If you as a business are concerned potentially about the fluctuations in Bitcoin price, then we can minimize exposure to any negative fluctuations by giving you the option of immediately converting your Bitcoin receipts into your native currency. So for example, here in the UK, that would be GBP. And those Bitcoin payments therefore would settle into your bank account the next day. What we're trying to do as a business long term is give customers an opportunity to access the Bitcoin market and access Bitcoin as an asset that can sit on their balance sheet as a treasury tool to potentially open them up as a business to things that currently aren't available to them. For example, cheaper lines of credit, and an asset which is growing on average at about 63% per year over the last 11 years. So we think that it's important to consider Bitcoin strategically, but if you just want to dip your toe in the water and get access to the Bitcoin market, use it as a marketing tool to attract people to your business, then we can help you do that and integrate Bitcoin payments as seamlessly to your operations and your workflow as regular debit and credit card payments are today.
So our EPOS platform's been live for 5 years. It's the first app plus EPOS on the market. So we were first to bring mobile ordering to the UK as well back in 2019, one of 3 companies globally to launch that. And wherever we took it, we got asked to integrate, so we built our own EPOS. Today, it's become that popular that Google Chrome have actually endorsed it. So we're the only EPOS to be operating under Chrome OS in this entire conference, which is really exciting. We decided to partner with usqet mainly because they have a really super smart card terminal, a really quick and nice integration, and they've got the added benefit of being the first to put Bitcoin into EPOS, which is, I believe it's a UK first as well. So that's really exciting. But the software itself is just really lightweight, especially with the Google side of things as well. It allows us to go to market really quickly, remotely, which allows us to scale really fast. So a traditional sort of looking EPOS with a twist, right? It's buttons, but you can customize them, you can shape them, you can put them where you need to. It's very intuitive in how you use it. So actually we have very little support required to actually use the system. Most customers actually figure it out themselves. We do a lot of stuff over YouTube. When you add things in, where we differ the most is through our checkout options. We only have 6 here, but we have over 14 different ways to take a payment. Obviously one of them now is Bitcoin. So again, it's just another way that we can actually take money off a customer or transfer a payment to a customer. We aren't just EPOS as well. So we have a whole number of other services in here. So where we just do point of sale, we also do things like digital signage, compliance. Yeah, so we can do all of your health and safety checks and your opening and closing routines, food temperature checks, all that sort of thing. Bookings and events. So if you've got private parties, Christmas parties, we can handle all that through the system too. So it's an all-in-one hospitality platform that also crosses over to retail.